Anyway guys, what's going on? Amy here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing some space engineers, and today we're on our friend's server, and we're going to be doing some tomfoolery. Pretty much testing out this ship. So this is one of the ships that you can get from one of the shops. We bought it and attached a shitload of plasma cannons from one of the mods onto here, and are going to see how it performs. This is all in survival mode. We've been playing for about a week now. Lots of lag. Shit, that is never good. But yeah, pretty much this ship, the plasma cannons don't require anything other than power to run. Hopefully that's not an issue for this thing. If it is, we're screwed and we'll have to figure something out. But overall, since the ship was just a freighter, we shouldn't have too much of a problem. At least not with power. I did drop the what's it called? What the hell those stupid things are called? The decoys that it had on the back. While they did look nice, for some reason they were messing with the ship being able to take off, so just dropping them made sense. Alright, we're gonna start up a contract to do something to test this ship's capabilities. Also, I think this ship might be in the shop. Is it? Yeah, it's this freighter, the LCC freighter. Obviously, it doesn't have weapons on it when you buy it, but, you know, this is probably better. Hulling contract, I am not doing 8,000 kilometers. Sorry, bud. Is that the only escort contract? Except, I guess. I have fucked up 2 of these in a row. That's probably why there's only one. As the fighter craft that I was using were good for fighting, you know, ship-to-ship combat, but against multiples with auto cannons that auto track you, it was a bit of a pain in the ass. I lost about 2 ships on the last mission, which are now no longer connected to this one, so we're just trying to get some money back. Buy one of these ships because I did own one of the ones that was from the shop there, and then rebuild the other one. As the other one was a cool design, I want it back. This ship should work a lot better than the others did. Knock on wood, it does. And worst comes to worst, I do have the aggressive miner ship on the back. While not the most ideal combat ship, it does have weapons on board, and I believe they have ammo in them. We added the connector on the bottom to make it easier for landing. On top of some extra conveyors on here. I think the side ones are new, but yeah. No, we're not conveyors, connectors. Pretty much, this ship, we pretty much turned it into a pseudo carrier. We'll show off some of the other ships after this mission, because I do want to make that money. That is the weakest version of a cargo ship I've seen, so that's going to be fun to defend. Yeah, this thing I believe has 18 different guns on it to, you know, protect the ship. This way it can be, you know, better defended. And since they're all auto cannons that have AI that control them, they should do very well. The only thing I'm concerned about is the armor of the ship. As on the previous missions I've done, they tend to target the engines of my ships, and considering this one's engines are pretty exposed, I hope that's not an issue. What is this guy doing? Okay. You're also probably wondering why. Oh, fucking shit. Okay, so that was trivial. I did not expect to see come. Um, yeah. You do have a bunch of mods downloaded to make some stuff a bit easier for building wise, for building giant capital ships, as you'll see when we get back. But for the most part, outside of weapons on the ships, we are doing everything vanilla. Like, we didn't add any crazy shit. Except for the weaponry, of course. You'll see that when we get back. But pretty much everything we've built, we've been getting resources for, and I am going to set up the auto fabricator to build us a much better miner, because the ones we have just aren't outputting enough for what we're building. We're just going to take our dampeners off and let this thing cruise. And this is the inside of the cockpit here. This thing is, oddly enough, very simple to fly. I think it's a very good ship to fly. Oh, then a bunch of different enemy ships, and they're all gone. They didn't even get shots off at us. Oh, no, they are not gone yet. Shit. Take them down, boys. Oh, are they just completely dead? Ah, they got a recharge. That's interesting. Stop shooting debris, please. So yeah, this is probably the easiest version of this mission I've done today, because holy fuck are these cannons OP. I wish I just made something like a gunboat with auto cannons earlier. Because outside the one fighter that I had that had one on it, the others didn't, and they all had issues. I did complete a couple without auto cannons, but they are just a pain in the ass because the enemies have them. And while you're also focusing on dodging missiles, you have to also try to strafe fucking machine gun fire. I'm thinking of maybe putting some laser cannons on this thing. Just have some frontal heavy firepower for dealing with bigger things like satellites and shit. And honestly, the controls on this thing are pretty good. I might buy another one of these and turn it into a like Halo style frigate where it just has a giant mach gun on the front, and make it like a heavy version of this. But then again, I also have a couple capital ships I want to build. Considering this is my only capital ship on the server that I own, because the others are all other players that we have that built their own, and I'm not stealing. I mean, I did technically steal this, but I also upgraded it a bit. See, we put some cannons on the bottom to make it a bit better. Oh, fuck. That just fucked up those engines. That's fun. Wish I was paying a bit more attention there, but other than that, I mean, this ship's fine. Fine-ish. It's just half on fire. Which will make getting back to the cargo ship a bit harder. Because I know if you're not perfectly near it, sometimes when the mission ends, you don't get paid. And if my ship got damaged, I want to get paid. Ah, one of the cannons got damaged. I think the cannons also shot that one engine out too. So let's see. But yeah, honestly, the ship performed pretty well for a ghettoed up. Oh fuck! Is it coming this way? It is coming this way. So far, the only issue with this ship is just the recharge rate of the explosives. Other than that, everything's pretty much fine. If it didn't have that, it would be unbeatable. If it had machine gun turrets, it would be pretty brokenly OP, but due to the plasma stuff, they hit harder and shred more, but I guess they have that little bit of recharge rate. So we'll have to figure out something about that. I also do want to put some rear-mounted guns. No, I think I'm going to change where that connector is to just be perfectly off the back so I can actually use the ship a bit easier for the camera. Because like if I go there, it's just like that. Because my preferred camera angle is like somewhere around there. What the fuck just happened? Oh, lag's playing. Alright, that should be good for us to have gotten paid. So let's go back and check to see if we got paid, and if so, let's buy ourselves a new ship to add to our collection. Actually, wait, I might have the stuff to fix the ship on board. I know I don't carry a lot of supplies on hand, mostly because I am an income. Is this glass here broken? Gonna look into that when we get back. Passage built by Jib. There was some stuff that was made by Jib, who was the previous owner of this ship. Like these conveyors, I believe, weren't original. I could be wrong though. Okay, let's see here. Do we have anything to fix this with? No, we don't. Do we have anything in storage on board? Please tell me we do. We do not. So we cannot fix our own ship. Fun. What about this guy? What's wrong with this guy? Oh no, the gun's fine. It's just the engine underneath that's on fire. That's weird. Anyway, so there's a glass panel definitely there. Is there a glass panel on this side definitely there? Yeah, it's hard to see from the inside. Let's fix up some of the damaged metal pieces at least. This way it is less work I gotta do when we get back. Alright, I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, the rest of the ship didn't take any fucking hits. What is that? Is that the gravity generator? Yep, gravity generator. Cargo. You should have stuff in you. Oh no, you don't. So we'll put some stuff in you. Mostly just extra supplies. Where's it putting it all? What do you want to know? Okay. There we go. Okay, this ship is annoying with its thing there. But once the ship gets going, though, it gets going. It gets pretty damn fast. Hmm. I am very tired. But while we're flying, let's look at some of the blueprints I downloaded. So I have a 2-scale Pillar of Autumn. Don't think I'm gonna build that because that will not work well. This cargo transport I'm gonna build is a decent gunboat. It has some decent turrets on it, so it would be a nice addition. I'm pretty much gonna do the same thing I did to this, add a couple extra weaponry to it. Starfighter. This miner I'm gonna build because it is a very big thing and can get us a lot of materials. Escape pod. Red Barb, while it is a ugly ass ship, it is somewhat cool. The drone dropship, I don't know if I'm ever gonna actually use. This general transport I'm never gonna use because it doesn't have a lot of weapons, but it is somewhat good. Goblin dropship can't use, mech can't use. I might do the C8 SO supercarrier. The mega miner I'm probably gonna build. This I plan to build, the paddy wagon. The peacekeeper prowler I'm gonna build. The rodeo transport shuttle I might build. Whatever this thing is, I'm probably gonna build. This I do plan on building as my main ship. It is a C-70 ship from Star Wars, but I'm going to set it up to also have a bunch of extra weaponry on it. Change it out to have plasma weaponry instead of the normal turrets on it. Actually, I'll probably keep the normal turrets just because it's extra ammo, but I don't really care much for that. Don't care much for that. Gonna build a couple of these guys because these are pretty good. I'm gonna maybe build this. Not gonna bother with that. gonna build a couple of long swords. I'm gonna see which one of these in what's it called mode is better. But I do plan on using one of those. Saber I'm gonna build. Pretty much all those I'm gonna build. Where's the other one? Ah, I'm missing the Starship Troopers ship. Okay, I gotta figure out why that's not in my inventory. But I had a ship from Starship Troopers. It is the Roger Young, which I plan on making as my main flagship because it is massive. Comparing it to this ship or the others, I believe it is double the size of this, as well as the C-70, which would make it one of the bigger ships in our fleet that me and my friends have. Without the left or right pod, it is a pain in the ass to slow this thing down. Fuck my life. Oh, I don't want to head out that door. I don't know why I always head down to that one when I hate going out that way. Because this one is just so much better to get out of. Don't mind me going Mach fucking to one of these places. Alright, let's see. We got 500,000 credits. Don't buy the burst fire bomber. A lot of the stuff doesn't work. Don't know about the cargo shuttle. The cursor is a pretty solid fighter. It works pretty well. The fighter Mark II is good, but you need some other craft with it. If you stand alone, it's a good fighter, but without any auto turrets to fire at stuff around you, it does have a issue of, being light and easy to blow up. The Ion Scout is meh. It's fun to fly, but that's about it. There's no reason to get one. And the Red Cruiser, this one I'm saving up for. Because this guy was 10 mil, which we thought was the original highest one, but this one occasionally shows up, and it's pretty damn fucking good. So I'm going to try to get that soon. But for now, we do need to add some ships to my collection, which I might not do today. I'll probably do that tomorrow, if anything, because do we have any? We got more escort contracts, but we'll do more of that tomorrow or this weekend. We'll do a bunch of contracts, make a bunch of money with this thing, buy the cruiser, and figure something out. Also, do I have a place to spawn on this ship? I don't remember if I set up a thing for that. Are you the crew quarters? No, you're not crew quarters. Nope. Oh, I guess I never did set one up. Oh. There's at least that here. Very confused on why I don't know much about my own ship. It is mostly because most of this stuff is obviously pre-built from the shop, so I'm not fully sure the full specs of it, and I pretty much had it sitting at our base for a while. This is actually the second time I've taken it out. First time I took it out was just to fly it with all my other ships attached to it, as I was going to use it on a mission, and I just left it parked over near here and went out to my ships with my starfighters. Okay, we're gonna head back to our base, hopefully not crash while we do it, because it does get pretty laggy near our base, as you'll see why. We have an aircraft carrier. We got a heavy battle cruiser, a couple of frigate freighter style ships like this, that are more combat oriented, that are designed to actually, be useful in combat. A bunch of starfighters, which are mostly all in the carrier now. I believe there's only a handful sitting out still. A couple of miners which are around, and a bunch of point defense weapons. We did have a couple more ships, but our one friend Pyro kind of rage quit after his big ship kind of exploded after he spent hours building it. A meteor storm happened. It hit just right on the ship, which exposed a weak point that he didn't realize, which was him having his, I believe it was like a hydrogen tank that was too close to the one wall, so when it broke, it just caused a massive explosion, pretty much putting a giant hole and destroying most of the major internals of his ship. Which I can understand being pissed off about that. If I was building something like that, I'd be pissed. That's why I won't ever try to build something like that. I'll build smaller scale stuff and then just figure something out with the workshop for something like this. Because all the ships I'm going to be building are from the workshop. Building my own is something I want to try to do. It's something that I struggle to do. First day on this server, I was trying to build a miner, and I could not. Even downloaded a blueprint from the workshop and still fucked up a ton. So. Okay, so we gotta take all of these off. There we go, because that also helps with lag a little bit and makes it easier to see the approach. So yeah, we have a giant solar panel to run a lot of the electronics and recharge all of our ships. Because most of our ships do use batteries. Don't crash into it, please don't crash into it. Do not need to crash into that today. I already fucked up something else earlier, so I kind of don't want to have to. No. Do not crash. Do not crash. Yeah, if you can't tell, I am not the best with capital ships and flying them. Okay, so we're gonna just ease this guy in to the platform. We're gonna need to head this way with great ease. Oh, what the fuck? Yes. Alright, so now that that's recharging. I keep doing the wrong fucking thing because I'm stupid. Okay, so. Can we fix any of these? No. So we'll fix all that shit tomorrow. I don't feel like fixing that today. So anyway. Quickly, we're going to show off some of the ships. This is our planetary style assault ship. This ship here is a, put the signals on. Oh, does this thing not have a signal on it? Protos class Corvette. I believe this was a workshop one. This one is usable in space, but it's better for the ground. We do have some modern weapons like these phalanx style weapon systems. These rail cannon type things, obviously the plasma cannons we've shown earlier, bigger versions of said plasma cannons that use a lot more energy, hence why I don't have any of those on there. We'll get to that guy later. We got our miners down here. There's the Ion Scout that I was talking about. It's not a bad ship. It's like it definitely, I'd say not worth the price, but it's decent. Still don't understand the black magic of it because there's no way to connect it to anything that I have. So yeah. Over here we got Jib's main cruiser, which is the original version has been kitted up. It has two giant laser cannons on the front, one here, one over here, which can just tear through everything. Whatever the fuck those things are, I believe those are cannons. Shitload of plasma cannons. I think this is a 380 millimeter cannon. My starfighter is also on here. Workshop one, with multiple machine guns. I kind of forgot I parked that on there. Whatever. Multiple point defense laser cannons on the top. I don't think there's really any on the bottom though, which is something I think is not good for his ship, but whatever. This is another ship we're going to be retrofitting to have weapons on it. We got this one, I believe, from the workshop. It was that green cruiser I think we showed earlier. I don't know, Jib bought this thing because he did a lot of those missions and bought a bunch of these bigger ships. That one and mine, as well as two others, I believe, which one was destroyed and the other we threw right into the grinder pit. This is our auto fabricating system over here. You set up anything onto this and you can build anything. As long as you have the resources for it, as it does eat a ton of resources. We are pretty low on resources as we built this fucking thing, which is our main aircraft carrier. Or fighter carrier, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Which when you come near it, has one of the Corsair ships in it, which is obviously from the shop there. We have whatever this thing is. I think this was Jib's personal ship that he built. Let me get out of jetpack. We got another ship here, a miner here. We kind of stored a couple of the miners in here. We got a broadsword style ship. We got this thing, which is pretty fun to fly. And that's pretty much it for our ships. There's a auto fabricator in the back to build any smaller fighter craft, so this thing can work as a mobile base of operations, which is honestly pretty cool. I'm not going to do a full tour of this thing because I don't even know fully of it, and every time I try to go through stuff here, I get lost. Now next up, is that it for our ships? Yeah, that's right, we got rid of the graveyard. Oh, what is that down there? Is that the new thing? No. We did find something in the workshop. I'm not sure if he built it, but it was from a mod. But it was a giant ass cannon that was like, we couldn't even put it on any of the ships we had. So over here, this is an Arquitens cruiser from Star Wars. Now, obviously, this one's much different because we took the vanilla weapons off it, and Jib went a little overboard with the weapon refit of it. So we got phalanx cannons, you got laser cannons, and you got heavy plasma cannons, you got lighter plasma cannons, you got fucking 380s, you got whatever the fuck these things are, you got a giant fucking rail cannons on both sides, you got a fucking, what is this, howitzer, oh I can look at them, rail cannon turret, these are obviously plasma turrets, 200 millimeter cannon, 300 millimeter cannon,
Fuel
laser
low.
cannon. So let me go restock fuel. Oh. There we go. Pretty much a shitload of laser cannons, a shitload of, heavy cannons, phalanx turrets or sea whiz turrets, however the fuck you want to call them. What the fuck are these? Artillery turrets. I haven't even seen these yet. Lots of different fucking weaponry on this thing. I think we should add more. I think that's what he's going for up here. I don't steel catwalk plate. But ultimately, I think this is a pretty good ship setup. I don't think we put anything underneath yet, which I'll probably do tomorrow, in which I'll probably just put a bunch of the lower point defense weapons like these guys on the bottom, because realistically you don't need anything like these on there because you're never going to use them. Oh, and that actually reminds me, there's a weapon I didn't show. Those laser cannons that existed on Jib's main capital ship now exist here, as this is pretty much going to become his main one, as these things will tear through anything. I just hope this thing has enough power to run it, because I'm not sure what this ship runs off of. I know the Kessler has a arc reactor in it, so all the plasma weaponry and stuff recharges pretty much instantly and doesn't have many issues, and there's pretty much no power issues. So if this thing doesn't have one of those, I'm not sure how well it will run. Let's see if I can see it. Actually, no, it's connected to stuff, so if I did look at it, it'll just show the whole station. And I don't feel like taking it out because I will never fly this ship personally, unless I'm not responsible for landing it without crashing it, because, where the fuck am I going? The landing, connector piece is right there. That is the stupidest design I've ever seen. I mean, it makes it flush and sleek, but like putting something out like this, obviously it doesn't have to be as big as this one, but making it somewhat easier to dock is a fucking must. Because it makes life easier on everyone. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe putting a point defense gun right underneath this conveyor junction, swapping this guy to be down here, and then putting another one up top. This way the ship's defended from pretty much all angles. Pirates will think twice before attacking this freighter. But yeah, this is the Sapper Miner. It's honestly better than the aggressive one. The aggressive one just has, guns and stuff on it for some fucking reason. 2 chain guns and then a missile pod. While it isn't bad, the issue I notice is, you're probably going to notice it earlier, it was flying with smoke going through it. The problem is, a piece of debris or something got stuck inside the ship and it's just constantly damaging parts of it, and it doesn't make sense to me on how it's not blown up or done anything. So that's interesting. Anyway, see you guys on the next video.